This is the International Space Station, located 400 kilometers above the Earth in the sky. This space station has been continuously orbiting our Earth for many years. At first glance, the space station looks very small, but in reality, its size is as big as a football stadium. And it weighs 420,000 kilograms, which is almost equal to the weight of 300 cars. But the question arises, how did this football ground-sized space station get from Earth into space? Once again, in the videos of Discover TV, you can see the International Space Station ISS, the most expensive object ever built by mankind. It cost a total of $150 billion to build this space station, which is approximately 11.5 trillion rupees. What is the purpose of the ISS? How do the astronauts living in it survive without gravity? How do they get food, water, and most importantly, oxygen? And how was the ISS transported from Earth to space? You will find out all of this in today's video. Although the ISS is spread out like a football ground, most of its area is occupied by solar panels. However, the section of the ISS where astronauts live is as big as a 6-bedroom house. The International Space Station is continuously orbiting our Earth at a speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour. This speed is so high that the ISS completes 16 orbits around the Earth in 24 hours. And yet, not even once in all these years has it ever drifted from its orbit. The sole purpose of the ISS and the astronauts living in it is to perform experiments. Yes, laboratories built by America and Russia are installed on it, which are also called space laboratories. In these, astronauts conduct experiments on pre-printed materials from Earth to observe how they react in space. In addition, with the help of the ISS, many natural disasters that occur on Earth can be predicted to avoid significant damage. And beyond that, experiments and research are being done through the ISS to see how humans might be able to live on planets other than Earth, such as Mars. A total of 6 astronauts live on the ISS. And for their living and working, capsules are available that are interconnected, from bathing to eating, from entertainment to exercise. All necessary facilities are available inside these capsules for astronauts. If anything is absent, it's Earth's gravity. Yes, due to the absence of gravity, these astronauts on the ISS cannot feel their weight. Nor can they feel the sensation of sitting or lying down. To move from one capsule to another, they push themselves and fly through the air, grabbing different objects like Superman. They have a vast variety of food, but this food is not like the food cooked on Earth. These are pre-cooked packaged foods. All the daily tasks we do on Earth are done quite differently in space due to the absence of gravity, like drinking water, brushing teeth, using the restroom, and exercising. Because astronauts in space become weak and unhealthy quickly, they have special exercise machines on which exercising for 2 hours daily is mandatory. Similarly, astronauts do bathe in space but without water. Yes, they have special types of shampoos and soaps that don't require water to use. They're wiped off with dry towels after applying, apart from different research and experiments. Another duty of the astronauts is to maintain the ISS. If they ever need to go outside the space station for work, they cannot go without a space suit. This is because in space, at any given moment, there can be heat up to 250 degrees Celsius and cold up to minus 250 degrees Celsius. If the sun is present, it will instantly burn a human body to ashes. And if the sun is not present, it will freeze a human in a flash. That's why the space suit was designed, with a mechanism to control oxygen, pressure, heat, and cold. For sleeping, small cabins are available within the ISS, where astronauts zip themselves into sleeping bags and sleep comfortably. For 6 astronauts, food supplies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner last for 6 to 7 months. That means a total of 3,780 meals are prepared and delivered to the ISS for 7 months. Surprisingly, the cost of sending just 1 kilogram of food to the ISS is around $10,000. That's 760,000 rupees. These meals are not prepared by chefs, but by NASA's food scientists. Their challenge is to prepare food that is lightweight, doesn't require refrigeration for months, and still contains all the necessary nutrition. To achieve this, the scientists use freeze-drying technology after cooking, which removes 97% of the water content, reducing the weight of the food to just 3%. Then the dishes are packed using machines, and all the air is removed from the packets. The entire food parcel is then securely packed and sent in NASA's supplier module, Cygnus. After continuous efforts and skills, Cygnus delivers the food to the ISS. That's about the food. Now let's talk about water usage. On the ISS, astronauts use only 1% of the water, compared to humans living on Earth. Yes, the ISS has a high-tech water recycling system that filters even the wastewater into drinkable water. You'll be surprised to know that the clean water astronauts drink in the ISS is actually recycled from human waste. Even their sweat is filtered by the system and made reusable. This way, 99% of water usage on the ISS is saved. To breathe in space, astronauts use artificial oxygen, but how is this oxygen delivered? After all, oxygen has weight. Each person uses 840 grams of oxygen daily. So, 6 astronauts in 6 months use 1,000 kilograms of oxygen. This 1,000 kilograms of oxygen is not sent from Earth. There is a system to produce oxygen within the ISS itself. Yes, according to NASA, oxygen is created through electrolysis in the space station. Electricity from solar panels is used to extract oxygen from water. Viewers, the total weight of the International Space Station is 420,000 kilograms, and it has never been empty in the past 15 years. This football field-sized space station was built by joining multiple modules. Surprisingly, all these modules were never assembled together on Earth. The first launch of the space station happened in 1998, and this is what it looked like then. But over time, new modules were added, and after 13 years of effort, in 2011, the ISS reached its final shape. Now let's learn a few amazing facts about the International Space Station. The ISS produces 120 kilowatts of electricity per day through solar panels, enough to power 40 homes. A total of 50 computers operate within the ISS to manage the entire space station. It has 2 bathrooms, sleeping quarters, and a gym. Since 1998, 230 for astronauts from 18 different countries have visited the ISS. In case of an emergency, a spacecraft from Earth can reach the ISS in just 4 hours. During spacewalks, astronauts cannot hear each other's voices, because sound travels through air, which does not exist in space. After the Moon, the second brightest object in the sky is the International Space Station. You don't even need a telescope to see it from Earth. In a 24-hour period, astronauts on board the ISS can see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Discover TV. Thank you very much for your kind and loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.